Hey everyone, One Big Boss here. As you can tell from the title of the video that you clicked on, we're talking about the Megaman Legacy collection trailer that just popped up on YouTube and Twitter today. Yeah. You know, I love Mega Man. I love the series. I'm more of an X series fan than I am of the original. Not that I'm saying I hate the original in any ways. I love the original, especially ones like, you know, Mega Man 2 and, oh my god, Mega Man 8 and Mega Man 7. I love 7. 7 was such a great game. But I saw this today, and I honestly was not shocked. I was not shocked by what I saw, because I was looking back at what Capcom's been doing lately with a lot of their stuff. Resident Evil Revelations and Revelations 2 was a time to come back to survival horror in some ways. They're trying to make it scary again, because The Evil Within was a very scary game, very psychological and trippy and shit like that. And at first, when the game was announced under a different name, a lot of people were like, oh, okay, whatever, it's whatever. Capcom didn't pay attention to it. But when the trailers and the gameplay started dropping, the attention that the game was getting, a lot of people at Capcom obviously like saw it and like, shit, we gotta start making Resident Evil scary again. Like, this game could be better than anything that we ever made. Granted, The Evil Within was not as great as it could have been. I personally enjoyed it a lot, and I cannot wait to play it on the harder difficulties to experience the real horror of that game. But, you know, they made that, and then they saw, it was like, oh shit, like, The Evil Within's coming out, we gotta do something. So they remastered one of their best games, which it didn't sell as well back in the day, but they remastered Resident Evil Remake for the GameCube, which was a remake of the 90s PS1 game. And now, granted, I loved Remastered. I fucking loved the hell out of that game. That game was fantastic. So I loved it so much that I imported it from Japan first. I didn't download it. I imported it. And it was awesome. It was awesome. I loved it. But I was kind of expecting, you know, a little bit more if they were going to start bringing back older titles. I thought that I'd see like a HD version of Haunting Grounds, or an HD version of like, what's another one, like the Onimusha trilogy and stuff like that. Because, you know, Remastered had a lot of success, and it hit like over 1 million, broke some records and everything, and the Devil May Cry trilogy actually sold pretty well too, and we're getting the special edition for the PS4 coming up this month. Actually, it's happening, which is kind of cool. Now, the issue with this is, another thing I have a problem with this Legacy Collection is that it's not going to be on PS3 or Xbox 360. I can kind of understand that a little bit, but there's still life in those systems, a lot of life left in them. And the other thing that kind of bothers me, this Legacy Collection is not even going to be on the Wii U. I can understand it not being on the original Wii, but the Wii U itself, I'm just like, the fuck, you really not putting it on that system? It's not a dead system yet, okay? I mean, granted, it's not the best, but there's a lot of games on it that I personally really enjoy that made it worth buying this system back in October. But I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like, you know, okay, Mega Man 1 through 6, I think you can pretty much download them on the Virtual Console and everything like that, and I think there's a few titles on the 3DS, which that's the other thing. The Legacy Collection, which is not coming into the winter for the 3DS, is, as I just stated, coming to the 3DS. So if the 3DS is getting it, why isn't the Wii U getting it? You know, I don't get it. But they're doing this because they're also scared at what they see in Mighty Number 9. Kind of what they saw, like the reaction that people were giving to The Evil Within. They've seen the fan base and what they've asked for, and Mighty Number 9 is seemingly delivering that just from trailers alone and gameplay. They probably didn't expect it to make its Kickstarter, and once it did, Capcom got worried. So obviously, let's just bring back some old Mega Man games instead of giving people new games. Now, I love the original series, but the X series is my favorite, and I want to see some love for the X series. There's a new Mega Man cartoon coming out because Capcom decided, oh, we gotta bring back Mega Man, and that's what we're gonna do. I was reading all these articles last week about how they're bringing back Mega Man, and I'm like, he should never have left. He was like your mascot. He was your golden boy. Anything. He helped make you what you were. And you fucking just, like, screwed fans over for years by canceling all of his games. Now, again, there's, like, a new series coming in 2017, I think, which is, it's a long way off. But, you know, you're doing that, you're giving us the HD versions of, you know, the Legacy Collection of Mega Man's 1 through 6, and you're leaving out 7 and 8, which I think is kind of wrong, but whatever. I mean, I personally, I really do love Mega Man 8. I really like that game. But this is just another example of the Capcom doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, and this is pretty much all they're going to be doing with their old games. Don't expect to see many new things from them, you know, but, like, I mean, maybe you're gonna get Resident Evil 7, might not be that good. Revelations 2 certainly wasn't as good as it could have been, even though I personally really do enjoy the game. But this is what's going to happen. They're just going to keep bringing back old games. I mean, early next year, we're going to get Resident Evil 0 remastered. And if you're going to remaster it, remaster games that, like, not a lot of people played before, which is what Resident Evil Remake was. Not a lot of people played Remake back in the day. You know, bring back Mega Man. Give them some new games and stuff like that, because there's kids out there who don't know who Mega Man is. They only know who Mega Man is because of Smash Brothers, which is kind of like how it worked for NES and Earthbound. Nobody back in the day knew what Earthbound was. I did, because I used to rent the game all the time. I fucking loved that game as a kid. But nobody knew who Ness was when he was one of the secret characters in the original Smash Brothers game back in the 90s. Everyone's like, well, who's Ness? What's Earthbound? And everything. And then people, like, by the time Melee came about, everybody started realizing what Earthbound was and how great it was. So, you know, the Legacy Collection comes out. Capcom's going to get more money. It's not on last-gen systems. It's not on the Wii U. It's only on PC, Steam, Xbox One, and PS4. And the 3DS is getting it in the winter. I don't get the logic for this. I don't really understand it. I think they'd still make some money if they were able to, you know, put it on the Wii U. Now, as far as physical copies of the game go, I'm not sure if that's a possibility either. I didn't see anything in the trailer that said that if it was going to be physical or digital. Personally, I think it's going to be digital for, like, America. Because it's already been proven with Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, Resident Evil Remastered. Those two games are already been remastered, but they didn't come in a physical copy in America. I imported mine because, for some odd reason, the Japanese versions also have the English subtitles, and everything is fully translated. So, and it works because, you know, no region restrictions. So I just think that Capcom really needs to reevaluate how they're doing this whole Mega Man thing. Yeah, we're getting the cartoon in 2017, which is awesome. Yeah, like, you're bringing us the Legacy Collection, but bring us some more X Series games, okay? Mega Man X Series needs to end on a good note. Like, it needs to go out and, like, go its way into the Mega Man Zero series, because we still don't really know exactly how it all transpired and went ahead. I mean, there's a story to it, anything, but an actual, like, game of how it all ends for, like, X and Zero and everything would be really cool. But regardless, you know, the Legacy Collection's coming out, I think, this summer. Will I get it? Hard to say, because I have, you know, all the games upstairs pretty much on digitally downloaded, or I still have the physical copies on the Super Nintendo or the NES, or whichever X Series and Mega Man series of games I have. So again, who knows? We'll find out, I guess. We'll see how good this is. If I pick it up, I'll play through it a little bit. Maybe. It all depends. Again, I'm just kind of, like, not surprised that Capcom's doing this. So, thoughts and opinions, let me know down below, because I'd really like to know what everybody else thinks of this whole situation. As always, thumbs up the video and subscribe, because it's free in this day and age. Free's a damn good thing. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I will see you all next time.